Abusianfo ne adofia omunyina akwa babiem Alpha OneTV ne da semuti de bese se monkoso yesa ne so bekoso ade all the latest update achese koso Ghana no yema ba kumpo empam tizo se montena ha de den so beto other platforms no haya na nyini twaguma enku bia wadare ma so sake bia no like no wa share ma onua no so anya bia ti no so anya bia hwe no so hode ku bia is already yemfie ni chim ne enka de won chemo a year Supreme Court case actually about tenacity because politics and one of the arms of government. She said the two arms of government in the judiciary and the legislature actually and one some enjoy still need a suggestion. Supreme Court or more ways and also more numerous say ruling or more dia by 5-2 now so Omo betche the reason why a ruling it is fiti enra bisisa brain. Yes, a reason and babontin. Fiti enra bisisa brain. Reason na omo digina so de no ye hu yes and babontin. Just information aba the enti abasa no busianfo because akwiti na nyasem ketwa. After that, no still no a year NDC MPs for no omania break different people about bekasa na actions be on be take the next sittings no NPP for no MPs as you speak after you marking ADH and all this as me ya obenu no pa say no man yan so no parliament or one my political leaders for now so no ko in legal no omo some the legal ni be share pepe no obenu no so yes first of all ni nkuti reason inti etechia Supreme Court reason inti azamode ba no enyamba na ache after that no na eti MPs for ni be anymore.
Yesterday, they said the Supreme Court said it was going to, by close of day, put out 8 reasons for saying that the Speaker is wrong. What it announced that some MPs who had breached Article 97(1). Article 97(1) is a member of Parliament shall vacate his seat in Parliament if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to Parliament to join another party, or seeks to remain in Parliament as an independent member, or H, if he was elected a member of Parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party. The Speaker of Parliament says 4 MPs announced that 4 MPs were in breach of this simple English language that we just read. If they write English, they say, if you do that, this is your consequence. If you do that, this is what is supposed to happen. Who needs to explain to you? They said a member of Parliament shall vacate his seat, leave, when you do 2 things. These 2 things. If you leave the party of which he was a member at the time of his election or his or her election. Cynthia Mamle Morrison, when she was elected into Parliament, was an NPP member. She says she wants to stay in Parliament, but this time around as an independent candidate. Same with Obuafo, the Suhum MP, was an NPP member when she was elected. She says she wants to stay in Parliament, retain her seat in Parliament. But this time around, she wants to go independent. Same with Kwachiaka, who also was an NDC MP, says because he was not happy with the outcome of the primaries, he's gone independent to retain his seat in Parliament. And then H, he was elected a member of Parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party. Esiama, Andrews Esiama, was elected as an independent member. Nanando say he doesn't even want to see this man's face. He doesn't like him at all. Now he's on the ticket of the MPP, that the party that Nanado used to lead, that he's handed over to his friend and brother and son, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. So the Speaker announced that by their actions they vacated their Supreme Court. The Speaker was wrong. He can't announce. So they will give reasons yesterday. The papers say, what I understand is that when they check with the registry says the ruling was not, the reasons were not ready yet. We are waiting for the reasons. why there should be any other explanation for this thing that I just read. This confusion that you people come and talk anyhow. But in the meantime, the Daily Graphic is reporting this morning. Public split over parliament impasse. Majority raise legislature poor. Others rate average good. That's a graphic poll. Says respondents in a Daily Graphic online poll are almost equally split over how much the recent issues in parliament will affect their choices in the December 7 general elections. Well, 2,392 of the respondents, representing 50.51% of the poll participants, said the issues in the legislature would affect their electoral choices in December. The remaining 2,344 of the overall 4,736 participants, representing 49.49% of the participants, said the issues will have no bearing on their decision on December 7. Interestingly, just 262 participants, representing 26.65% of the participants, rated the current parliament's work as good, while 1,913, representing 40.39% of the poll participants, rated the legislature's performance as poor, with the remaining 1,561, representing 32.96%, rating them, poll participants rating parliament's work as average. Well, we are still waiting. So Parliament, the Supreme Court, when you give your reasons, I'll come and read Article 97, 1G and H again to everybody who is listening.
For the Yankasi Asuma raising no, and I just a Ghana for nation Mukwan because we need me fight ruling back without raising why I'm desire ruling by that 5 judges or Motinas and so many support I feel your mark in any NPP4 no, some of them raising any 2 judges no more support a year Bagbin so I say the home reason in Omwankasa promises a year and a raising beba and as you speak in raising and yambai I just say in information in here and there are 2 judges and some to a Akroma near homity now so with patience you know a bit change is a raising beba beyond that and yet you know you're going to see a year MPs for nibi and no more barbonting a dear nibre a casa a chair for your marking a dear nibre a casa a chair a year NPP for some one test no this time no or many that was say and fada that the next actions on better go parliament no and yagro yankuni.
They are not ready to do the business of the people. And I don't see our side. In fact, I will oppose my side trying to go into any consensus with MPP with respect to these matters on the chamber. You know what? Do you know what? I will even prescribe that all the 136 members of parliament on the NDC side will boycott parliament. Why? Because then they will also not have a decision to, a decision number to go and take any decision. Because you know what? Because you see what is happening is pure politics. Look, we will not sit down for anybody to make us look stupid because what? There's an interpretation by the Supreme Court. No, look, we are too wise to be deceived. This MPP antics will not work. I said that, you know what? They are going to win a case in Parliament. Is that in Supreme Court? Is that also? They should come to Parliament and come and show how the winning in the Supreme Court plays out in Parliament on the floor. They should come. They should come to the floor. That is where the show is going to be, on the floor of Parliament. They should come to Parliament.
But our standing orders and the Constitution tells us what constitutes majority and minority. It is not for the NPP or the Supreme Court to define for us who are the majority or minority in Ghana's parliament. We have our own procedures of determining who is a majority or who is a minority. When they were declared majority by Speaker Bagbin, did they go to the Supreme Court to see that declaration? So the truth of the matter is that we don't have any interest in the suit. We don't care whatever decision has been given by the Supreme Court. That's between them. That's between the Supreme Court and the Speaker and Afenyo Maki who went to the court.
If you attend what you are not the Council Supreme Court on the yard of Kumani, hey, and then fire one higher pattern. He was rubber bullet number now. Say about people member of the few pana. Yaja to say Don Kumani at Toto, mind you, but Yawd was the agency at Traba at the area. Now, Samuel and a privately a practitioner. Or a Martin Piguacasan watcher say, Mamma Raban Kings was man at Bagbin, as I'm no one fan of Trazo, Supreme Court I to the Eduma. One challenge yes, and there will be also a Dukobiama attention the Eduma, one call. Not entering in your Juma, not entering in your Juma, not just a Kamam Kebi, ena edin kunimu
etc. He's shown that he's not happy. He says there's a collusion between the judiciary and the executive. That's the speaker's words, right? Yeah, so this decision will reinforce the speaker's views that he doesn't agree. And so you're going to expect some pushback from the speaker. Yeah, and it's good for our democracy. You see, the speaker needs to push back because when he does, it will force us to think. It will force us to look at how to solve the problem, which is that we need judicial independence. That's what this decision underscores. That our judiciary has become a bit weak. The Supreme Court is that weak. So we need a constitutional review. And as I stated earlier, the Chief Justice herself has said that the role of the president in the discipline of judges is not correct. It's not good. The Superior Court judges, all right? When you want to remove a Supreme Court judge, Court of Appeal judge, etc., you have to take it to the president. Now, if the president doesn't like you, yeah, he'll let it go on. If he likes you, he'll sit on it. There are situations the president is sat on some of the petitions. And then there are other roles he has to play. Also, you know,
na so ramate kwabudi asem watu dwa no pani bako a eba no Ghana mransem a wabni wo mu pa no wodi mu ntintima no ache wom aya Justice William Atuguba wanu kra the Supreme Court where ene mamlera be sabato kunum kwatena we waye adwuma wo pen masesei wo wana homeje mu ebire bi kra so wo baye chese wo man na temu afo ni na so panya na wo ye hweso fo so acting Chief Justice eto aka bi wonu atese memo bia na da speaker sa asem no aba ne atemu na aba no fanya adwuma hwe was the speaker fanya adwuma amabrande wo mse wo hwe yi a wo betumi akwakodam fiedu wo ya no kra to nchen a aba adwumadie bia ni wono mo yeah, but me as I just papa ne se bionti o ma dwobremra na de court no no won kai no won fanya adwuma masum dwemra.
In the face of this decision, he's bound by the decision of his Supreme Court. He's bound by it. Oh, of course it's addressed to them, but it doesn't mean that if they fail to comply, they are the only people who can. There are processes. Contempt is there. And it's a high crime. Can be prosecuted, and you will have to suffer imprisonment up to 10 years. Up to 10 years. It's not necessarily 10 years, but you must just, there's no option of a fine. You must just suffer some term of imprisonment, not exceeding 10 years. And not only that, 10 years disqualification from holding public office. If you are president, you are liable to removal as president.
Justice William Atuguba, asudi eni asotwe e wo ho as Speaker of Parliament. Amfa enra atemu na ba na nya dwuma. Yo ba fambi ena papa na tunufo se be ya won fa ni nya dwuma se be ye na no ho masem. Se be ye na ne ho emma asem wabusa ye gina.
Abusanfo de eni ankase asoma. Zavisusu anachesene ni brand or kasasa no. Oye NDC MP de Mama Dina achese sabre no nsema odi atodwa no no chiye papa sisi no o chese afrinyo marking ade na woye no omosof omafam ho adwen se momra parliament mosamomba aden speaker Bagbin esi we declare a 4 seat vacant intimomma mo ankasama trigger with the constitution case no court cause speaker nyeden entry so to interpretation beba speaker etie mo trigger with the constitution was said papa penyi asore tutune nan kakra mo na mo trigger say 10 am and mo betna se obusam se 10 am na mo pen wetie mo NDC MPs for no so eja mo campaign mo personal de bi mo ye bi etie aba be shame of parliament and go far more trigger with the constitution no mamba more trigger with the constitution mamba intiti bi chese more buy cramp no na mo ndru 41 because ansa na be trigger with the constitution say parliament santana no uhia MPs nko 41 per the law sa no mo kan ansa na itima ye adwuma na so NPP MPs for nko 41 no mo koyesa no dey na speaker sorry call parliament so mombrano yes so mombai no me 31 sana NDC MPs for nika inte mu 10 no cramp omoso omama ti mu ankasa cramp no mo nkro forma fine mo amaba no mo so a mo ametina eye parliament parliament we ya na makọ akọ press conference akaseti speaker kasa anyhow achire no asif say o classmate no mo so amugina na mo nchen speaker bi o bibie mo ye kam nyina mo boma mo nchen speaker o bibie mo so make kam bo so asema chire speaker and yes still no omudinam hodin mako supreme court say yes speaker niemo yen it was unconstitutional fine. So parliament so akasa mbe yo madwuma. Do you know why? LGBTQ parliament eye ho adwuma de koto executive anim. Na akasa executive be ho adwuma. Enye se by force legislature ndi akoto executive anim by force also sign akasa eye executive ni be sign up to now on sign judicial so na adwuma akasa parliament so be no ho adwuma. Kasa no so be taking actions on it. Na ba be adwuma na Supreme Court nema no ye na tima adwuma parliament nkrofo kwara be ma Supreme Court ruling na ye adwuma no parliamentarians for na omwa parliamentarians so no enye NPP for nkwa no NDC for so ho and quite unfortunately say NDC MPs no cyber to speak no mo doso papa mo doso yi omumu bia nyare NPP MP ba ko yare wontimi kwamba intino these people no apart from 4 sitting here declaring vacant they still have the numbers. Yes, they still have the numbers. Or from now some my emergency of parliament and with me bob no see no machia no numbers about now so you the MPP amomo mo government business no muntimi mboabo amohano emba nene time bia no NDC for MPs in the support mo mam numbers mam government business ni mam numbers mam government business ni na some we nyina ma una sese na de betiom ka uti service so some of the to just any abri was ye be kire mo ruling nam de ba bonten bi agro from ni nyina be happy our parliament was papa nyehwe abone so nyehwe ni nyina be happy our parliament ni draw so ani bi hu boycott na mo boycott na mo so be the same thing banama no so be the same thing o me banama so akwa press conference o mo ne mbe ko ne pepe iwe ti Martin Pebu and watch say ono die kebe ni de the speaker so challenge Supreme Court ruling na be any day pa because already no they can say the executive and the judiciary no or my candidate legislature na action fin no mo bon pa yi te be any day to no so timi fight legislature no na my legislature no so nya ho de na ni tumi koso a be any day on challenge na constitution ni adwuma na democracy ni timi ye den enso hwe na be bia wo sa no Canada no and na peace ye den en happy na obi so yeden enyan entase lawyer Tukuba ezo ono so edina no asamba just inkofo bebre na na kase bitima chi adwan the comment section subscribe na share ma nua so yeden insan kebe 100% di musi Akroma.